Hi everyone, I'm Yvette Glowitz and I'm going to take you through a nice feel-good yoga flow. So just coming onto your mat and just taking your feet hip width apart, just rolling through the shoulders, coming into mountain pose. And just feeling the earth and your feet on the mat. And just taking a big deep breath in through the nose. Hands up to the ceiling in prayer position. And then folding forward, knees nice and soft and bent, head down. And just swaying a little side to side. Bending each foot. You can hang in a little cradle, swaying a little side to side. Letting go. And taking a big deep breath in through the nose and exhaling down. Bringing prayer position into your chest, heart. Just taking a few big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just relaxing. Setting your intention for today's class. Should that be strength, courage, forgiveness, love. Choose what it is you need within to feel good. Just taking a big deep breath in through the nose and then just bending the knees and coming forward. Letting the head go, letting the neck go. Just do some nice gentle walking it out. Connect to the breath. Just observe everything that's going on within and keeping focused. Knees nice and bent, and then coming back up through the top, and then hands down. Okay, next we're just going to come onto the floor in all fours, and we're just going to come into a tabletop position. Hands are stacked up under the wrists are in line with the shoulders. We're just gonna ease it out. Just getting a little bit of movement in through the hips and through the spine. A little bit back and forward. Just focusing on your breath. Feeling the weight through the hands, through the palms. Making a little fluid movement through the hips. And then going back. And then forward. Just coming back into neutral position. Next we're going to do cat-cow. So just looking up to the ceiling. Then rounding up and looking at the belly button. Inhale. Exhale. rounding up through the back of the spine. And head up to the ceiling. Just getting a little bit of movement through our spine, through our lower back, through our shoulders. Just coming back into neutral position, swaying a little side to side, forward and back. Coming back into neutral position. Next we're just going to thread one arm up, take one arm up, just going to thread it through under the other arm, and then coming onto the back, shoulder, or to wherever feels comfortable, just looking up, and again. Big deep breath in and out. Just stretching out through the shoulder. Nice light rotation. And coming up onto the other side. So this one is called threading the needle. And then coming back in again, just one more cat-cow, rolling up. Next, just coming up into downward dog. You can just pedal out the feet. Make sure your hands are out nice and wide. Ears are away from the shoulder. Head's in line with the triceps. Pulling your abs in. And focusing on your breath and just standing in a downward dog for a moment. Eyes gazing between your feet, and then pedal it out, sway a little side to side. You want everything to just feel nice and stretching and nice and delicious for your muscles. And then just walking up to the front of the mat, knees nice and soft. And then just hanging forward, knees nice and bent. You can either cradle forward. If you have the flexibility, you can stretch out and lengthen through the hamstrings, through the thighs, and just bending forward. You can keep the little knee bent if you want. And then just taking a big deep breath in. Looking up, slight back bend. And we're just going to come down to the front, bending forward. Inhale, flat back, and then just taking one foot back and then coming into a plank position. So you're going to have your hands and wrists underneath your shoulders. Level one, you can take your knees to the ground and you're just going to lower down into a chaturanga. So you're just keeping your chest off the ground, or if you need to, you can go all the way down and then just pushing back up again. Do that one more time. Pushing up. Next we're going to go into an upward dog. So you're going to come down to your mat. You're going to scoop up if you can with your feet underneath. Shoulders roll back. Looking up to the ceiling. Taking a few big deep breaths in. Looking down to the ground. Chaturanga. Pushing back up. And into downward dog. So just paddling that out. And then walking to the front of your mat. And just hang nice and forward. Relaxing the mouth, the jaw, the tongue, the head. Flat back, taking a big deep breath in. Hands into palm, prayer position, and back into the chest. So we're just going to try that again, and we'll do a couple of easy flows with our breath. And then just working with your breath, working with your flow, just coming to the front of your mat. Feet hip width apart, feel the ground. Just take a moment to feel your breath. If you need to, put your hand on your stomach and on your chest. Slowing everything down. Take a big deep breath through the nose. Coming to the front. Forward bend. Flat back. Stepping your feet back, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Take 3 nice big inhales and exhales. Walking to the front of your mat. Forward bend. Flat back. And rise. Coming down into forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Step back plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. And just hold it here for a moment. Sway a little. Side to side. Back to chaturanga. Pushing up through the legs, arms, abdominals, downward dog. Take a couple of big deep breaths in. Hands are out nice and wide. Fingers out nice and wide. Weight through the heels. Pedal it out. And then just walking to the front of your mat. Forward bend. Flat back. And then rising to the top. We'll do this one more time. So coming down. Forward bend. Flat back. Stepping back into plank position. Lowering down to your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Head up. Breathing in and out. Back to chaturanga. And downward facing dog. And then just slowly walking to the front of your mat. Nice forward bend. Flat back. And rising to the top. Hands coming in. Next we're just going to come out. Just going to get you to take your feet out nice and wide into a little bit of a plie squat. So what that is, you want to put the weight back through the heels, abdominals in, chest in. And we're just going to take our hands on the tops of our knees and thighs and just rotating through one shoulder, through the other. A little bit side to side rotation. And if you can take one hand down, coming up to the top, and then the other side. Next, you're just going to put your weight through your heels, just taking your hands up, and a nice little side to side bend, keeping the weight through the heels. We're just stretching out the side obliques and then just coming up to the top. Okay. Namaste, yogis.